Ladies and gentlemen, this is Joe's Classic Video Games, back with another really cool arcade game video for you this evening. This is a really special one tonight. I hope you will enjoy it. It's very interesting. This is Tecmo's 1986 Rygar, which a lot of people have probably played on the Nintendo. They released that on the Nintendo home system back in the day. But this is the arcade version, and it's in a really cool cabinet that we really think is pretty cool, so we figured we'd film a little video for it and then play it a little bit so you can remember what the arcade version of a Rygar was like. Now, this is Legendary Warrior Rygar. Now, there was another arcade version that was the Play Choice game, which was basically a copy of the Nintendo home version, which is a little bit different. But this is the actual arcade version that Tecmo made in 1986. Now, we got it in, and we bought it, and it was in this weird cabinet. Check this thing out. This is a like a Japanese built, or we're assuming a lot here. It looks like it's a Japanese built cabinet that's branded. I would suppose that's pronounced Tekken, like the arcade, the fighting game, Tekken. It's branded Tekken, and when we got it in, we said, well, that's weird. It's Tekken, but it's, the art's Tecmo because they put a kid in it. But then when we did a little research, we figured out that Tekken is the original name of Tecmo. So I don't know what year they changed, but the company Tekken turned into Tecmo at some point in the mid-'80s. So on the back, it's got this, which is a US FCC warning. So see the Tekken down at the bottom? It says, this equipment complies with the requirements in Part 15 of FCC rules for a Class A computing device. Operations of this equipment in a residential area may cause unacceptable interference to radio and TV reception, requiring the operator to take whatever steps are necessary to correct the interference. So that's the American FCC warning. They don't have that in Japan that I'm aware of. Caution: to prevent electric shock, do not remove cover. No used or serviceable parts inside. Refer servicing to qualified service personnel. Certification: product complies with applicable DHHS standards under the Radiation Control for Health and Safety Act of 1968. And again, it has, this isn't just a generic one because it actually says Tekken on it. And then over here, it's got this interesting little thing. It says indoor on that sticker under it. So I don't know if that was something else that the electrical code or the FCC or something required them to put on certain games. I haven't seen that one on other ones, but so it looks like this was built in Japan by Tekken. Probably, if I was going to guess, it was probably like one of their kit cabinets, because it doesn't say on the control panel like any specific game or anything, or have anything other than just a generic layout, and it just says the name of the company, Tekken, which is also repeated on the bezel there, Tekken. So I think maybe they had just a generic cabinet that they put some of their titles in, maybe in the early 80s, so maybe 82, 83. I think they did Bomb Jack and a couple other ones, so maybe in Japan this was the cabinet that it was put in. But they must have meant it for America because it's got the FCC warning on it and everything. I figured I'd show inside the door here. It's got the Asahi Seiko coin door that you see on the Nintendo stuff a lot. And then it's got this little setup here with a service switch and a volume knob and an on-off switch and all that. It's got a speaker here, but there's no speaker mounted there. That down there appears to be like an on-off switch or something. There's an on-off switch on the side, one of those holes, and then the other one is a reset switch. So it's kind of an interesting cabinet. We repainted it. It was in really bad shape when we got it. So we did some body filler work on it and repainted it. Back then, this is the color that it was, but originally it was like a Formica, so it was more shiny. But we wanted to get it nice and clean again and fix up all the splintering that was going on down at the bottom. So it's an interesting little cabinet. Like I said, I think what probably happened was this was a different game in the early 80s, maybe 82 or 83. It was made in this cabinet, possibly for U.S. distribution, although I haven't found any pictures of anything like this that Tekken or Tecmo made. back when the company was named Tekken. And then at some point, somebody, you know, after 1986, bought, oh, we got to talk about the marquee too, bought a Rygar kit and just happened to put it in this Tekken cabinet. Now, if you know anything about the way these are wired, Tekken had their own wiring harness, their own wiring diagram, and this cabinet is wired to that standard, which is how it probably shipped. And a Rygar board will plug right into that, so you don't have to rewire anything. Now, when we got this, it had 2 buttons, and then there was just a slug in the 3rd button, like a kind of plate that blocked it off, and it looked kind of ugly. So what we did was we just added a 3rd button, even though it doesn't work. In Rygar, you only use 2 buttons, but the hole was already there, and there was kind of an ugly slug in it. So we just added a 3rd button on each side in the hole, just because it looks a little better, because I'd rather have a button that doesn't do anything than a ugly little plate. This part here too, this metal piece, has been added at some point, the chrome. It originally, I think, folded down a little bit further and mounted, so the control panel is not quite how it's supposed to be. Also, the T-molding originally was white, but we don't have any of that type of white T-molding, so we kind of jazzed it up with the orange T-molding that matches some of the art. We thought it made it look a little cleaner. And so get this, now on top of that, so I think it was originally an early 80s Tekken game, I just don't know what. And then after they turned into Tecmo, somebody bought a Tecmo kit, maybe from the same distributor, maybe under the pretense that it would just plug right into this cabinet, you wouldn't have to rewire anything. Somebody bought a Tekken kit. Oh, and the board, by the way, says Tekken on it. T-E-H-K-A-N. It still says that on it. So it's not a Tecmo branded board, it's a Tekken, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, but it's a Tekken branded board. It's got a little sticker on the PCB that still says T-E-H-K-A-N. So that's what I think happened. But check this out. The marquee says Rygar. Now look at the screen. R-Y-G-A-R. The marquee says Legendary Warrior Rygar. It's misspelled R-I-G-A-R. And you've got kind of just a plain marquee, and it says Tecmo Limited 1986, and it has the Tecmo name up here. So I think that's an official marquee, but they just spelled it different. So, and that's not the Japanese version of the name. The Japanese version of the name is a bunch of Japanese words, Legendary Warrior. So I don't know. Maybe somebody can respond below and tell me what's the dealio, people. I'm not positive on this one, but it's kind of cool. Whoever made it like this, hey buddy, we left it like this, so hopefully it'll live on in this iteration. Now, if you've never played Rygar, it's fun. We also have the Rygar card here on the bezel that, you know, back in the day they didn't really have a lot of color printers, so I don't know. I guess that was made for it, or for whoever sold them the marquee. I'm thinking maybe this is just an early version of it, and they hadn't put the full name on the artwork yet. But Rygar with the trademark. It says monsters have resurrected from ancient time. Their time has passed away, and now they invade our world. Defeat them using attack button, jumping attack, upper attack, lower attack, trample down, so you can jump on them like in Mario Brothers, destroying enemies, and that boulder looking thing will make power up target appear. So if you get a star, it is for extension of weapon. If you get the little wolf thing, it is for ability to trample enemies. If you get the triangle thing, for piercing through enemies. And then look at that great artwork there. Look at that. That's how you pierce through enemies, people. And then they have taped a piece. Now this is behind the bezel. They have taped a piece of paper over that little instruction card. It's hard to see, but it is. It's a separate. See how it's a different color? That's been taped on carefully. It says overhead attack. If attack button is pressed while joystick is in up position. And then the cross, for no enemy for a certain time. There's another one too you get where it blows up everything on the screen. So I don't, maybe that's that one, but so it's a very interesting game, interesting cabinet, interesting that they misspelled the name on the marquee apparently on purpose. Very cool. There's another one little thing. Check this out. Look at these buttons. That's the start buttons. They are they're flush, but they work. Like you push like inside. I won't do it right now because they've got it rigged up on free play. So if I do that, it'll stop the attract mode. But they work well, so we left that too. They're probably original to the control panel. But we thought it came out really nice. Check out how bright and colorful it looks. It just looks cool. I think the orange really set it off. What do y'all think? Blasphemy or not? I don't know what this game is supposed to be, like I said, so it could, I don't know. I don't want to speculate. It's really easy to think, oh, this is some rare thing that, maybe it was a prototype game that they shipped over or something, I don't know. I think it was probably just a Tekken game from like 1983, and then a few years later they just happened to buy a Tecmo kit that wired up the same from Tekken, renamed as Tecmo. So, but I will get the tripod. We'll play it a little bit. You can see if you remember it as well as you think you do. Okay, so we're going to play through it a little bit. Now, if you haven't played this game's hard as hell. Crazy hard. But we'll see what I can do. Let's fight, it says. So the main thing is it's a one-hit kill. What? All right. I'm getting the hang of it, folks. We'll get better. Damn. Oh, sick. All right, we're going to do it again. $4.5 billion years have passed since Earth's creation. Many dominators have ruled in all their glory, but there was their greatest enemy, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so when you hit that one, they all go bye-bye. Damn. Let's fight. Little bastards. Damn it. I was trying to hit the one above it. This is not going good, people. I somehow started a two-player. He chased me down. The hell? Very cool, very clever. Who's that? Who dat? I like how they made it so complex. Blah, 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 blah. Player 2, let's fight. Hopefully it'll let me continue. Look at my repulse bonus. I was repulsive that time. Very repulsive. Oh, come on. He cheated me. It ain't right. Can you accept further challenge? Oh, man, come on. You see that? It says round 2. Damn it. The round 2 was just because that's where the game ended. I think it stays like that on the track screen until you... you can move after you jump, so that helps a little bit. Damn. It's a 2-player again. I guess if you add more than 1 credit, it goes ahead and uses them. Oh, man. When we were setting this up, we looked up the the dip switches. Oh, hell. It's got a Mario thing. I didn't even know. We looked up the dip switches, and it was on hard, so we set it on easy. And this is easy. This is like the easiest setting. So you can jump on their head like Mario. Damn. It's a tough game, man. Tough game. I don't know the point of all that, but kind of cool. Damn it. And then they mock you by having a Grim Reaper pull you off the screen. All right, this is our only real choice, our only real chance. Oh, hell. Well, folks, I'm not going to prolong the inevitable. I suck at Rygar. Very tough. I think it's different than the Nintendo version, isn't it? I'm gonna have to go play the Nintendo version to see if it's the same game. You'd think it would be the same because it's the same name, but I don't remember the Nintendo one being like that. Time for me to play my Nintendo version. All right, so there you go. Now, by the time you see this video, Rygar, Legendary Warrior, may have already headed off to somebody else's house. So we may not have it for sale anymore. But that's all right. Just check out our website and you can see everything that we do have for sale that's in right now. Go to lionsarcade.com. We've got it's always up to date. It'll show you all the games that we have available. You can check them out. If you're local, you can stop by and see us here in person. We're in downtown Rock Hill, South Carolina, which is about 15 minutes south of Charlotte, North Carolina, just over the border. Well, look at that. There's just so many enemies on the screen at the same time. But if you're not local, so you're not going to make it by, and you're not really looking to buy a game, just subscribe to us here on YouTube, and every time we get one like this, we will shoot a little video of it and play it a little bit and show you what it's like. So we will see you on the next video. Make sure you comment below and tell me everything I did wrong. See you on the next video.